In this video, I'm going through the quest line for the Reformation Great Axe. Once you've completed the prerequisites, you'll receive the quest from Entu Madaki at Mountain Home in Shattered Mountain. Then you'll be sent to Malevolence in Eden Grove. I'd recommend at least one other person to do this quest. It can be soloed, but it'll take a lot longer. Here you're going to have to defeat 35 dryads. You'll need to find 10 chests and collect 3 blighted growths, which you get from those explosive enemies, the Alcazarian Polluter. You'll usually find them in larger groups, but if you go to the basement of Malevolence, you can find smaller groups. Once you've got those out of the way, it's just a matter of collecting the last of the chests and finishing off the last enemies. Next, you're going to be sent to Scorpius in Morningdale. This is one of the easier quests to solo. I happen to have someone with me, and we picked up a third along the way. Like most of these quests, there's a large number of enemies to defeat, and the other objectives we can do along the way. The defiled altars and collecting the 15 chests. There's one area in particular that actually has all 5 altars. So you'll come across this corrupted veil, and then at the entrance on the left there's an altar. There's also one behind me on the right as you come into the room. There's a mini boss in the middle with an elite chest. Next you'll head to the main boss room. If you're soloing this, just take out the ads. And then the boss himself is relatively easy. He's not part of the quest, but this room's great. It has 3 defiled altars and 3 chests in it, so you definitely want to hit this room. Next, you'll be sent to Eridanus in Restless Shore, another quest that can be easily soloed. You need 12 fine leather wrappings. You'll get them from the enemies in the area. Also, you need to defeat the main boss. You don't get any leather wrappings from the chests. To get into the middle, this side's blocked by a collapsed door. The other sides have trees blocking them. One side's blocked by ironwood, and one side's blocked by weirdwood. Usually they've already been chopped down. Then at the very back is the boss Parthenocesis, another relatively easy boss to solo. From here, it's going to send you down to Cutlass Keys, to a tower possibly called Malokio. I won't spend a lot of time on this one. Defeat the ancients within the tower, collect 18 rib bones. Once you're done with that, head up to the top. You'll find the Taskmaster, defeat him, and then you're done. Now back up to Shattered Mountain, the Mangled Heights. This is one of the more challenging quests. I'd say at the very least you're going to want a healer and another DPS. You're looking for 30 corrupted fangs from these little guys on the ground, and specifically them only. Once you're through the corrupted veil, they start to travel in larger groups. If you can take on a whole group, you'll start collecting the corrupted fangs a lot quicker. Then Sam joined me and I was able to get the last of the fangs. Also part of the quest is defeating the High Priest. To start this fight, take out the 5 surrounding tendrils. This is a timed fight, so you need to do enough damage or else he'll reset. He has 2 attacks. He summons 2 hound minions, and he also has an AoE attack that knocks everybody back. Pretty straightforward. If you have a healer and a tank, you shouldn't have any issue with it. Once you're done, you can head up the stairs, and there's 3 chests at the back of the area. Collect those, and then we're moving on to Spelleo Cavern in Shattered Mountain. So this one's really straightforward. You're just going to collect chests, kill ancients. There's no boss battle. The place is a bit of a maze. If you need some help, I would use Map Genie to see where the chests are. Sam seemed to know it like the back of his hand, so he led us through. Get rid of those ancients, collect those chests, and let's move on. This next one's in Merck Guard. We took the Tangle entrance. I'd recommend a group of 5 to make this go the quickest. You'll need 50 Merck Guard corrupted, and you need 10 axe heads from the axemen in the area. At first, we just ran around fighting mobs in hopes that we'd come across the axemen. They're not nearly as common as we thought they'd be. We tried to isolate them from the groups. Eventually, we got all 50 of the Merck Guard corrupted and still needed the axe heads. So I ended up finding one of the axemen that's a little bit more isolated from the rest. We found a route along the tops of the houses where you could jump down and just ambush that one axeman. For the last 5 axe heads, that's all we did. Waited for the respawn, jumped down from the roof, took them out. Took about an hour and a half in total. Also, there's an elite chest at the end of this road. For the final quest, it says to take out 50 monstrous corrupted near corruption breaches. All this means is you need to kill the enemies around the corruption breach. Doesn't matter what level it is. I chose Festering Hives. It seems to have the most enemies. Also, the doors in the Festering Hives count towards the quest. So take out as many enemies as you can. It took about 3 corruption breaches to get this quest done. Finally, head back to Shattered Mountain, and in 2 Madaki will give you the Reformation, which is a cool looking great axe with a flaming axe head. Unfortunately, I don't use Whirlwind, but other than that, it's got pretty good stats.